Alright, I'm Lorenzo, live in the newsroom this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Several Americans looked up at the sun today, something you wouldn't do on a normal day, of course, but today was no ordinary day because in several parts of the country, 17 states to be specific, they got to experience a solar eclipse. And that was the first one in 99 years to be visible in the continental US. So that was excitement for many, I'm sure. And our Lorenzo Gaspar got to experience that. It wasn't a total eclipse, but it was an eclipse, and he got to experience that at a local high school just north of here. And he sent in this report. Let's have a listen. Yes, that is right, Lorenzo. I'm out here at a local high school just north of Atlanta, where you are, and this is the scene out here. You can see all the students who have come out and come to watch the partial eclipse. Now, this is a partial eclipse. It's not a whole eclipse. If you want to see the whole eclipse, it actually just passed, and that's in North Carolina, the border between Georgia and North Carolina. So that's where you're going to see it. But here, I have my glasses. Here, I'm going to put them on for you. So that you really can't see anything through these glasses, but you can see the sun. And I can tell you, it was an experience for a lifetime, wasn't it? Back to you, Lorenzo. Alright, Lorenzo also got to speak with some faculty at the school. I do believe that we can pull that up. Right, so I'm joined now by Subik. Subik, thank you so much for joining me.
Sure, thanks for being here.
You are a teacher, a science teacher here at this high school, and you've been running this event.
Well, helping. Everybody does a little bit.
Right, so tell me, with your common knowledge of the eclipse,
right.
Why do we need to wear these special glasses?
The glasses, I guess, because the intensity of sunlight. Just looking at the sun anytime, you want to have eye protection, but most of the time we don't stare at the sun, right? So the challenge with the eclipse is you want to look directly at the sun for extended periods of time, seconds, minutes, whatever the case may be. So you want to protect your eyes somehow from getting damaged, the retina part of the damage, so you could read probably more biological information on that. But it's because you're looking directly at the sun.
Right, and you've been here, you've helped put up this event. Do you think that you got a good response out of the kids here? Do you think that they were fairly involved with this?
Sure, I think so. For not being in, quote, path of totality, but pretty close. You can kind of see the light coming back up. I was as surprised as anybody else to see what it would look like, and it definitely got dim. Not dark, of course, but I think pretty neat just being able to see some of the images through the glasses, the crescents. Down on the telescope we had visuals of sunspots, so that was kind of interesting. And just seeing the concept of our own moon passing in front of the sun, obvious evidence of that in crescent shapes. Usually we see that in the moon, right? The crescents of the moon. This time we saw the crescents of the sun, which is pretty rare. So
right.
Pretty cool.
In North Carolina, the border between Georgia, that's where the
South Carolina,
full eclipse is going to be.
That's where it's currently happening now,
So, do you want to show us what?
Well, no, we got a massive feed. Most people could have watched it. So this has Charleston just coming out of full eclipse. So that's about what we saw at 98.6%. Theirs was completely dark as we were just viewing that. And they've got some cloud cover there. So we had a clear day, so that was good that we had good weather for it. We've probably got a couple hundred students out, so at least to see that part of astronomical phenomenon, was interesting, was neat. Yeah.
Let's go back to the full eclipse.
Yeah.
Were they able to see planets and stars?
I'm sure we'll get some. I'm sure we'll, over the next few days, see some footage of those kind of things, because most of the time we're focused on the eclipse itself and the sun and moon. So there's some directions out there of knowing where to look in the sky to see some of the other objects. So I'm sure we'll probably, hopefully, that'd be a little research to do the next few days to see what else was visible. whether there were other planets or stars for sure. Yeah.
Right, and then last question.
Yeah.
This has happened before, of course.
Right.
Did you see it when it happened?
I have not. I remember seeing a partial eclipse when I was very young, and it was just at a partial. Just saw, you know, a crescent of the moon, but nothing,
Like what we saw
nothing
today,
anywhere dimmed down. You can see where the light's coming back up, and it's definitely getting brighter. So, once in a lifetime type of thing. Now there'll be another one, but in a different part of the country in 2024.
Right.
In about 7 years, from Texas to New England. So another opportunity there.
All right. So you are a teacher here at the school. Tell me, you saw the eclipse. It wasn't a full eclipse, but it was a partial eclipse. What did you make of this? And did you see this in the past, when it happened in the past?
No. So the last time this happened, I was 4. So I don't necessarily remember that. It was interesting. It wasn't quite. I think what struck me was the idea that you can take away 98% of the sun's light, but it's still bright outside. It was less intense, but it was still very bright. And I thought that was really interesting.
Thank you. All right, so from what I understand, you are the event coordinator for all of this, arranging dismissal and all of that. This, of course, is during the school day. How do you think the students received this? Did they receive it well? What do you think?
I think the vast majority of students did receive it well. They followed directions. We were able to get everybody into their locations in a timely manner and safely release those that wanted to be checked out. Then provide lunch for the students who were staying for the celestial event. Then safely gather those students and then move them out here so that they're all able to enjoy it. If you look around, everybody had a good time. It was safe. They had a telescope set up, nice playlist. So I think it worked well overall.
Right, you certainly did a good job with planning all this. Did you yourself get to see it? Is this your first time seeing it? Or
it's not my first time seeing the clips. As you can tell by my gray hairs, I've been here for a while. But I got to see it. It was pretty exciting. Looking forward to the next one in 2024.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and what a great day it was for them and for many others, especially if you got to see the total eclipse. As Lorenzo mentioned, that was only a partial eclipse. And I got to tell you, it was very hard to find glasses. Actually, my producer lent me hers for a minute or two so I could see it. But here in Atlanta, it wasn't a full eclipse. But if you went further north, the line of trajectory, I believe we have a map of that, went through 17 states, as I said, and was 70 miles wide, that you could view that total eclipse. And now, funny thing is, with the total eclipse, you can actually take off your solar glasses when you're viewing it. Now, once that total eclipse is no longer total, then you have to protect your eyes. But nonetheless, a wonderful day for anyone who got to experience that. And don't worry if you didn't experience it. As Lorenzo said, the next one is happening in 7 years, so not too long now, is it? Alright, I certainly will be waiting for it, and I hope you will. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, live from the newsroom. I'm Lorenzo. We're going to leave you with these shots of the solar eclipse.